Looking at life today objectively, it's easier than it's ever been. Most of us live safer, more comfortable, and more predictable lives than any humans before us. So it makes sense that this increased security will bring more peace, a sense that we're settled and content. And yet for many people, the opposite seems to be true. There's a constant sense that something is wrong, a feeling that life should be better than it is, but even on good days, the mind still drifts towards problems, flaws, or what could go wrong next. This feeling isn't you being ungrateful, and it's not because you're pessimistic. It's because your brain evolved in a world where fixating on your problems was critical for your survival. For most of human history, survival was uncertain. Danger wasn't hypothetical, it was immediate and physical. Food could run out, weather could turn hostile, injury, illness, or conflict could mean death. In that environment, the cost of missing a problem was far greater than the cost of overreacting to one, so the human brain adapted accordingly. It became extremely good at scanning for threats, at noticing what was missing, at focusing on what wasn't working. This tendency wasn't a flaw, it was protective. The brain assumed things were fine didn't survive long. A brain that constantly asked what's wrong, did. Psychologists call this tendency the negativity bias. Negative information is processed faster, is remembered more clearly, and it carries more emotional weight than positive information. This is not because negative events are more important today, but because your brain evolved during times when they used to be. Your brain evolved to prioritise danger over comfort, because comfort didn't keep you alive, awareness did. So when something feels slightly off today, your brain doesn't dismiss it, it amplifies it. This is what the ancient system was designed to do. In ancestral environments, focusing on problems had a clear purpose. If food was scarce, noticing hunger mattered. If shelter was weak, worrying about it made sense. If social tension emerged within the group, paying attention to the group would often protect the group. These problems often had specific actions, and if you took those actions, it would often solve the problem. The process was straightforward. You'd spot a threat, take an action, and then return to safety. The mind stayed busy, but it stayed functional. The environment we live in today is completely different. Most physical threats are gone, food is available, shelter is stable, and danger is rare, but the brain hasn't recalibrated. It still scans, still looks for what's wrong, still assumes that unresolved discomfort means something needs fixing. The difference is that modern life offers endless abstract problems: status, comparison, uncertainty, meaning, and identity. There's always something to worry about, and no clear action that resolves it, so the process breaks down. Your brain is doing what it has evolved to do, but now the environment no longer gives it a clear feedback. There's no moment where the threat is resolved, no signal that says you're safe now. So instead the mind just stays alert, without resting and without satisfaction. This is why gratitude can feel forced, why positivity feels a bit artificial, why even on some good days you can't quiet the sense that something's missing. It's not that life lacks value, it's that your brain is still calibrated for survival and not sustained comfort. Understanding this changes how you interpret your own thoughts. This critical voice isn't evidence that your life is wrong, it's evidence that you have an ancient system that's operating inside a modern world. The goal isn't to eliminate negativity, because that's what kept your ancestors alive, and it still keeps us alive today. The goal is to try and recognise when it's misfiring, when your brain is treating minor discomfort as danger, when it's trying to solve for problems when none actually need solving. This isn't about thinking positively, and it's not about trying to suppress negative thoughts. It's trying to understand where negative thoughts actually come from. The brain evolved to try and survive uncertain situations, not to just feel satisfied when it's in safety. Once you see that, the constant sense that something's wrong starts to make a bit more sense. This awareness won't silence your mind, but it might give you a bit more space to decide which signals actually deserve your attention and which signals belong to a world where we no longer live.